Listen, random, uh, I guess early morning, since it's 5:26 a.m. Thoughts when I can't sleep. If I ever actually finally start dating again, um, at what point in the dating process do I tell the person that I'm seeing that I have fake boobs? And I don't have fake boobs because I'm high maintenance or whatever. I have fake boobs because I had a double mastectomy with reconstruction, and because I have a genetic predisposition that makes me a much higher risk for a type of breast cancer that's super hard to detect. And because my mother actually ended up having that cancer, um, it made me even more at risk. So I said, oh, nope, let's just go ahead and take them out and get fake ones. Um, like, at what point do I tell them that? Because, and then are they gonna, you know, do I need to tell them that? Like, I just worry that they would make assumptions that, like, I have fake boobs because I'm vain or what, like, I don't know if that makes sense. Like, I don't know. If you guys are men, would you care? Like, if you found out that the girl you're dating had fake boobs, would you make assumptions about her because she has fake boobs? Like, these are the dumb things that I worry about that I'm sure are probably. The other thing is, not only that they're fake, but they're not the fake boobs that most men would be. When they think fake boobs, they think of, if that makes sense. I had a double mastectomy, so that means that I had all of my breast tissue taken out. So my fake boobs are literally in my skin and implants. Eventually, when I can afford it, I'll have another surgery where they do like a correction, and I can have some fat taken from other places and injected in to make them just look more appealing to me. It's not that they look ugly or horrible. Um, they just don't look how I would prefer them to look, which would be just a little bit more, rounded and kind of perkier and symmetrical. Not that they're super horribly asymmetrical. Look, we're our own worst critics, and I just want them to look how I want them to look. Because again, it's just skin and implant. And I did have a complication with one where after the surgery, I had an infection that lasted for months. And that infection ended up eating through some of the mesh that was made to hold up my boob, I guess, the implant. So it kind of hangs a little lower than the other one. And again, I know that's probably the dumbest, stupid shit to worry about because I guess, as one of my girlfriends said, a man should just be happy to be there. But I do worry about it because it's not like I don't want to be. The last thing I need is to have something else about, like, to have something about me that would be unappealing. And, I've got like my age working against me now that I'm 42. Yeah. So I don't know. If you're a man, let me know. Like, is that something that you would care about? And is it something that I should even genuinely worry about at all? Not that I sit around worrying about it like a lot. It's just, again, a random thought that I had while I was laying here. Um, that I would wonder if a man would care. And again, if I didn't tell them the whole story, would they just make an assumption? Especially, I'm sure you'd be able to tell. Like, if I didn't tell you, you would definitely be able to tell that they're fake. Even though I got like the silicone implant, so they feel more realistic than like a saline like filled one. You can still tell that they're an implant because, again, there's no fat or breast tissue there, so it's just an implant. So, like, you would be able to know. And so then I feel like I'm obligated to tell them in advance so that way they're like, again, don't have these like preconceived notions about me as a person because I have fake boobs. I guess I just can't win for losing. Like, I had boobs that were nice. In fact, I used to have super big boobs. I had horribly huge boobs. I ended up having a breast reduction like in 2008. because my boobs were way too big and they hurt my back. I know someone told me I spit in God's eye because I did that, but I promise you my life was so much better once I had a reduction. Um, but still, it's definitely still a weird thing that I'm getting used to, that the fact that they're not real, and they feel different. And, I don't have feeling in parts of my boobs anymore because just naturally when they cut things, there's no nerve, whatever. So, I just, the dumb things we as women worry about, I'm sure. But anyway, let me know y'all's thoughts.